Today is August 21st,
21, yes.
2015. My name is Joe Todd, and this is an interview with Quintis Cordell Johnson in Claremore, Oklahoma. Sir, where were you born?
Chicago, Illinois,
Chicago.
1946,
What month and day?
October the 9th.
October the 9th. Okay. Who was your father?
Forrest Johnson Jr.
Forrest Johnson Jr.
No, I'm sorry, Forrest Johnson.
Forrest Johnson. And your mother?
Jean Bates.
Jean Bates. Did you go through school in Chicago?
No, I went to school in Tulsa, Oklahoma
When the family moved to Tulsa?
when I was 8 years old.
8 years old. Why did they move to Tulsa?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I came with my father. I don't know. My mother, Jean, was in Chicago.
Okay. And when did you start school? What school?
Charles S. Johnson.
Charles S. Johnson. What year did you graduate from high school?
I graduated from Booker, Washington, 1963.
Booker T. Washington. In your schooling, who was your favorite teacher?
I don't remember names,
Okay.
but sports teacher, he was very friendly, Art Williams.
Arden Williams.
Yes,
He was a coach of, was a football coach?
football, basketball, baseball.
Did you play sports?
I tried.
You tried.
Yeah.
I did too. What'd you do after high school?
Went to the U.S. Navy. I was going to college, but my aunt wanted me to go somewhere close by, and I didn't want them being around me all the time.
Yeah.
So I decided on going to service.
When did you join the Navy?
I was 18. I can't remember the year,
Okay.
but maybe 67, 68.
Where'd you go for your boot camp?
Newport, Rhode Island.
Newport, Rhode Island. Tell me about boot camp.
Well, in Rhode Island it was fairly easy. There wasn't nothing strenuous about it. But I got to learn about the East Coast better than I know about still Oklahoma now.
What type of training did you have in boot camp?
Well, I was a radar technician, and I went to radar schools. Like
Was that at Newport?
electronic in Newport.
Okay. How long did boot camp last?
Well, I'd say, I've taken a guess, maybe a year and a half.
Okay. Now, did you have radar training in boot camp, or did you have it after boot camp?
I had everything after boot camp.
Okay. What's your most vivid memory of boot camp?
Newport, Rhode Island.
Yeah.
I don't remember much about boot camp because it wasn't like you see on television.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of learning, mostly schools.
Now, did you choose radar, or were you assigned radar?
I was assigned.
Okay. So what type of training did you have on radar?
I guess because of my test scores, they put me in electronics training program.
And what radar did you train with? Just generic radar.
It's just generic.
Okay.
Nothing like today.
Okay.
Radar. Like computers then and computer training Like computers then, they were as big as this room. Now you put them in your fingers.
Yeah, with like a cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. From after your radar training, where did you go?
Well, that was in Newport, Rhode Island. We went along the East Coast through the Panama Canal. Then we went to somewhere around Saudi Arabia. And we sit there mainly, and we were guarding bigger ships. Like we were escorts for bigger ships. And then after Middle East, we went to Vietnam.
Now, what ship do you want a member? Crew.
Destroyer, USS Bronson,
USS. How do you spell that again?
ONSON,
Bronson. Okay. You say it's a destroyer?
destroyer,
Okay.
or tin can,
What were your quarters on the Bronson?
below deck, about midway, and like the middle of the ship.
Now, where was the? What were your duties on the ship as a radar technician?
Well, when we were out to sea or in port, we could differentiate from ships and what kind of stuff was in our area. That was mostly at sea. And we would report to the captain there was an object of so many yards, so many to the port and starboard.
Now, what was your duty station as a radar technician?
Behind behind where the captain or where the main deck is.
Were you on the bridge?
Oh, behind the bridge.
You were behind the bridge.
Yes.
How big was the radar on the Bronson?
Not, but you're sitting in a space about as big as this room, as a matter of fact.
About 10 feet or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And all kinds of lights and electronic stuff.
What's the range of that radar on the Bronson?
Oh, I don't have the exact idea, but many miles.
Okay. Now, where was your general quarters on the ship? Was that also with the radar?
It was in front of the radar.
In front of the radar.
Yeah.
Now, how big was that radar screen?
It was it was an electronic box, maybe this high,
About 2 or 3 feet high?
about 2 or 3, and then you're sitting right behind it, and there's a round screen
Okay.
that's just leaning over.
Okay. And what, I'm trying to think how to ask this question. When you send out the radar signal that bounces back, how does it bounce off different objects like a ship or land or an airplane?
Well, you couldn't tell what it was, like you say a ship or whatever, but you could tell an object is a big green
Okay.
blip on the screen, and report to the captain or who's ever on the main deck that there's an object out there.
Now, can you tell if this object is moving on the screen?
Yeah, you could tell how far it was and which way, and you could tell the speed.
How many crew members were radar technicians on the ship?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Just taking a wild guess, I'd say at least 6.
Okay. How long was your watch?
Well, we go 8 hours. Some depends if it's just plain peaceful.
Okay.
If it was like when we were in Vietnam or the Mideast, if something was happening, we'd be there as long as they needed us.
Now, you were in the Mideast off Arabia.
Yeah.
What was it? What were you doing over there in the Middle East?
I had no idea. I didn't even know about Saudi Arabia.
Now, coming back going through the Panama Canal.
We went to there, go to the East Coast. We came from Newport, Rhode Island. So that's east. And we went that way to go to the west.
How long did it take to go through the canal?
Well, not long.
Okay.
Not very long.
Okay.
Just it's slow. The ship's not fast. The Bronson's not fast anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, not, no problems. But it's large.
Yes. I'd like to back up and ask, do you remember the Gulf of Tonkin incident?
No. I remember reading about it or stuff, but I wasn't involved.
Okay. I'd like to ask, where were you when President Kennedy was assassinated?
I think I was at home. I'm pretty sure. That was what, 63?
63.
Yes. I was at home in Tulsa.
When you heard about the assassination, what did you think?
I thought it was damn stupid or damn shame.
Yeah.
I still think anybody was gonna, well, the stuff that goes on now is
Yeah.
just over, because you don't believe the same thing somebody else does.
Yes.
If you don't like him, so you don't like him. That's, let it be your problem and stay that way.
That's right.
Doesn't mean you have to, if it's political or whatever you want to call it.
So what did the Bronson do off Vietnam?
Like I said, we were there for the bigger ships that, like the carriers and the other ships, and we'd be there to kind of let them know what they're going into.
So you were more or less escort duty for the larger ships?
Like there.
Okay. Were you able to track the North Vietnamese airplanes?
No, but at one point, I didn't know if it was the Navy's or the Air Force airplanes when they came out with the stealth bombers, I think it is, but I think they're pretty good. They were, when they start bombing, they would go like from Tulsa to Claremore to Quintis and anything in between. Just Lord have mercy. Like we would be, or the U.S. Army would be down there. And I got the radar, Drew read it and everything, where you could tell where just the Army and their side was, and where they could stop the bombing and go around. And I went from different ships, rerouting, so they could do that.
So this was this our stealth bombers?
I just think they were the new planes,
They were the American planes?
American planes.
Okay.
I don't know if they were Navy's planes or the
Okay,
Air Force.
Now, did they show up on radar, the stealth bombers?
I don't know if they were stealth bombers, but they were just new planes and they could just do anything.
Yeah. And where were they bombing mainly? Was it North Vietnam or where?
Well, I guess their idea was North Vietnam. They take everything anywhere close to it.
So tell me again, you could tell where these bombers were going to bomb?
I could let them know where not to bomb.
Okay, you told them where not to bomb.
Yeah.
That would be like friendly troops or...
Yeah, because they let it go, like I said, from Tulsa, just anything in the
Yes.
path from here to Tulsa,
Okay.
be just trouble.
Now, did you inform the the plane directly, or did you inform like the captain?
I told the captain,
Okay, the captain contacted me.
yeah,
Okay, okay.
and he shipped me, took me from ship to ship. That's when I found out I was afraid of heights. I was on an aircraft carrier, and I got the captain's permission to go on the flight there. I never saw the end of the earth until then.
You know what? I'm sorry.
Saw the end of the world until then. But on the airfield, I mean, it's nothing. You look, you get on the deck of an aircraft carrier, it's just nothing. Water, that's it, and skies if you're lucky.
Mhm.
But I really turned around and got back in, kind of like throwing up.
Yeah. So you were a radar technician. Which aircraft carrier were you on? Do you recall?
I was sent to different ships.
Okay.
Not one Pacific. It was
Okay.
just maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half.
Okay.
You know, I was just down there to do whatever.
Mhm.
Sit back.
Now, when you're off the coast of Vietnam, where was your home port?
I don't know about a home port there, but I just know we were there. I didn't know much about, anything inside my little cubicle.
Now, did you land in, have a port in Vietnam, or you would like go to Hawaii or where?
We went to Hawaii.
Okay.
We stopped at different places.
Okay.
And the strange thing about that is they knew we were coming before we got there.
How'd they know that?
Because the ladies be waiting for one thing, but they'd have everything set up, like they'd have cafes and stuff where they, the poor people, and they'd fix up everything so we could have places to eat, dance, and have a good time.
You ever had a good time in Hawaii?
We were supposed to.
Now,
I didn't really care for Hawaii.
you didn't.
No,
Why?
it was too Americanized.
Yeah.
To,
Of course, I guess you came into Pearl Harbor, didn't you?
yeah.
Now, when you go by the Arizona, I heard you have to stand by the rail. You go by the Arizona.
Yeah. Been there twice, I think.
Yes. Okay. What's your most vivid memory of your Navy career?
Well, mostly being free. Because, I was away from home.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
How long were you in the Navy?
7 years, 3 months.
7 years and 3 months. How long were you on the Bronson?
Well, from the whole time, from when I got on in Newport until I got out. Except, the leaves,
Okay.
that they had.
Now, how does radar work?
It shows, like if you wanted to, say, down the highway, and you shoot off a signal, and the signal come back on the screen, like, it'd be kind of grids, but you can tell the traffic moving, how the speed is moving.
So it's the same thing on the ships.
Same thing on the ship.
Okay. Now, what will radar pick up? Did it pick up everything?
Well, I guess it would pick up, really used for picking up other ships. But, like if you got to land, like the trees, it would be one big clutter, one big thing, but you couldn't, as the planes, you couldn't tell, which was what. But I feel the sea is pretty open. Anything that's out there can pick that up.
Who was the captain on the Bronson?
I can't remember his name.
Okay. Who was your supervisor?
I can't remember his
Okay.
name either.
What's your most vivid I already asked that. Anything happen in Vietnam while you were off the coast? Were you there during TET 68?
No, I don't know. I
Okay.
don't think so.
You recall when you went to Vietnam? You recall the year?
Well, like I said, I went to the East Coast, and I can't remember how much time we spent on the East Coast,
Yeah.
like recap and stuff. But I was 17 or 18. Oh, I was in a pool hall, and a chief petty officer came in, and I didn't know a petty officer from duty, but he told me, and I decided to join. And next thing I knew, I was on the East Coast. And then I was introduced to a ship where I'd never known the ship. And so we went from there, Newport, went down the East Coast to the Panama.
Yeah. Now the pool hall, was that in Tulsa?
The pool, yes,
Okay. Did you join the Navy in Tulsa?
in Tulsa.
Okay.
And the strange thing about that was, my girlfriend, her and her mother had moved to San Francisco, and I was in Alaska when I got discharged. And from Alaska, they flew me to Chicago, from Chicago to New York, then to Oklahoma City, and I had to pay my way to San Francisco. I guess Oklahoma City was because I joined in Oklahoma. But why couldn't I just from Alaska to San Francisco?
Yeah.
I could have picked the routes.
Yeah.
But, it's government.
Would you join the Navy again?
I think I'm a little old now, but I think I could if I had, do the same thing. Electronics and stuff.
Yeah. When you hear the name Ho Chi Minh, what's your reaction?
I don't think about it, I haven't heard any jokes about him, but I don't really think anything about it. I just another word now.
You hear the name Lyndon Johnson.
President, he was a barbecue man. He loved Texas.
Richard Nixon.
I'll say a nice word and just call him a scallywag.
USS Bronson.
The ship. I enjoyed it.
How many in the crew on the Bronson?
I have no idea, but
How'd you take your meals on the Bronson? You have a mess hall on the Bronson?
yes. It's kind of like here, it's a standard line. And everybody complains about the food and stuff. But
Were the meals good?
something to eat.
That's something to eat. When you hear Vietnam, what's your reaction?
A waste of time and money and a lot of people.
How long were you off the coast of Vietnam on the Bronson?
I couldn't tell you
Okay.
how long.
Anything else you want to talk about in your Navy career, or the Bronson, or anything?
Well, I loved it. I liked it. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Well, I wasn't jumping in foxholes and stuff, so shooting bag or whatever. But I did have to escort ship personnel off other ships. Had to escort you know, I didn't like that.
Yes.
I'm walking with them, you know, they get down, I go back to ship.
Now, is this when you said you were escorting ships?
I was going to escort ships.
Okay. The Bronson was escorting ships. So.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you want to be remembered?
I'm still alive.
Well, sir, this is a very good interview.
Well, thank you.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No, but it was a good experience.
Yes.
I got something. When I got discharged, and I had to stop in New York before I came to Oklahoma City. One guy, I don't know who he was. He told me, go to the bathroom and wait on your flight. We called, because I didn't know anything. And, you know, at that time, everybody was protesting against Vietnam. They didn't like it. And he told me to take my duffel bag, you know, stuff down there, because they'd come up to you and get real friendly. One guy would be talking to you, another guy would take your stuff. That's why he told me to go to the bathroom and wait on the flight. That's one good thing.
This is in
New York.
New York.
The airport.
Yeah.
While I was waiting on the flight.
Well, again, I want to thank you for your service and thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
And again, this is August 21st, 2015. My name is Joe Todd. This has been an interview with Quintis Cordell Johnson in Claremore, Oklahoma. Oh, how long have you been here at the Veterans Home?
I can tell you, I'd say about 10 years.
You like it here?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you.